What's going on, YouTube? I am going to do this really quick, just because it's not really a lot different since my last live. I didn't go live yesterday or this morning because I didn't put in anything yesterday. After my last loss, which was um, so the 26th, I had the two pending limits. Let me see. I think that was Sunday. Yeah, so Sunday I did the two pending limits for the buy on um Sunday night, and those both lost, I believe, like Monday morning, something like that. And then on the 28th, no, the 27th, which was Monday, I took a sale. That one I don't think I was live because it was in the evening before I went to bed. But basically, I set up a sale. I posted it in a Discord chat, and then I woke up the next morning to check it. That one played out like I gotta show y'all over here because obviously you can tell my memory's trash. So I go based off when I post the stuff. So I took this sale, bro. I ended up taking this sale down to 3,900, but my stop loss was too tight. I put it above the trend line at 4,015. It really should have been 4,025, which would have been above this candle, and then I would have been good. But since my stop loss was a little too short, I ended up getting stopped out before the trade went to take profit, so that was a loss. So basically, Sunday night I had a nice win right here. I had risked a lot, and that was like a 5-to-1 trade or whatever. So that one I ended up making a good amount of profit. So I didn't really care that the two pending limits on Monday lost, which was this one, and then I had another one like at 39.65. When those lost, I realized we were crashing down some more, and then I had this box of this range where gold was, and I saw it broke out of it, retested it, broke out of it again, and then retested it again, which made me put that sell in. But and before I put the sell in, I canceled my other pending buy. So basically, I won one, lost one, and then I put this one in, and then I lost this one. So that was one win, two losses. Then that was it. I didn't trade yesterday. Um, I woke up Tuesday morning and saw that that sale lost. So then we get to today. This morning, I didn't see nothing worth nothing. So I just went straight to work. I didn't even really check the charts. I didn't do the live. Then when I was at work, I was like, let me check it. Um, when I came back from lunch, I realized at 1 o'clock we were here. So I basically put this in. Let me zoom in a little more so we can make more sense. So basically, I saw the range. I basically confined it a little bit based on the 4 hour candles, and I moved it to just the body of the candles, and I basically ignored the wicks, right? So if I ignored the wicks of the candle and just put it at the bottom, at the body of the top and the bottom of the candles, this is the range I got. So after I did that, if I drag this over, I basically saw that when it came up, it didn't go back to that range. It crashed down, and then it also basically came back up and it retested the range here. So once it retested that box, I zoomed in. This was around 1 o'clock. No, that's 9. Hold on. Come on, thingy. Because I didn't get in at 9. I got in around here, like 1. And I was in at 39.97. Hold on. 39.97 point. Trying to see the first entry because I'm in a second one now. Where is it? 39.97.38. 39.97.38. So basically, I got in here at 1 o'clock, and I've basically been writing this down. Um, And obviously we just got again close to testing 3900. So it could be turning around and it could go back bearish, right? I mean bullish. It could come back up. I'm not tripping because I already took enough profit to cover my losses I took earlier in the week. And the last entry I have, the last position I have is very close to being brought to break even. I still have a stop loss where I could risk losing some money, but I don't want to move it yet because if I move it, I'm definitely going to get stopped out. So I'm going to let it keep doing what it's doing. If it comes back up to like 39.50, I might make a decision on closing it out or not. But most likely I'm not. I'm looking to hold it down to 3800. But the closer we get to 3900, I'm gonna watch it and basically see what happens. Now what I can say is this is something I learned like 3 or 4 years ago from Swaggy C during the pandemic, when I was really locking in on trading. So when we have this range of what gold did so far, right? It retested it. Anytime it's in a range for that long, that was like a 7 days it was in that range. When it moves, it typically moves in that same amount of how can you say measurement. Um, Basically, it typically moves that same amount of pips, right? So if you clone that box and bring it, we know it moved bearish. If we clone that box and bring it down, we'll expect it to move basically that amount, which as we can see, it's already there. So, and we could get the little measure tool that I don't know how to use, but let's pretend I do it. So from here to here, how do you use this thing? It say what, 100? I don't know how to use the measure tool, I swear. But let me count. So from 40.35 to 41.35. My goodness. So 1,000 pips, right? So 1,000 pips. So when it moved out the box, we can expect it. It already went bearish, so we can expect it to go down 1,000 pips. So from 40.30, I was expecting it to go to 39.30, which is here now. So now that it's here, it could possibly come back up to this box. It could possibly go back up bullish, or it could just continue to break out. But either way, we can expect something to happen here. Now, if it continues to just break down, it is possible that it could go very strong. It could probably smash through 3900. I personally want to see it smash through 3900. If I don't see that, or it look like it wants to make a range inside this box, then I might just have to, go ahead and let the trade go. I already profited off of it, so at this point I gotta take what I could get because gold is being very stingy this week. And as I said in my Sunday live, as I said in my Monday live, we can't expect too much from gold this week. So if that's what you do and this is what you trade, go ahead, get what you can, whatever. Try not to chase the trades. I've been doing 1 to 2 trades a day. Yesterday I didn't trade at all. Today I didn't expect to trade at all, but I just so happened to catch this, and then I saw it basically wicked out. That's 4 or 5 hours worth of candles there. So something told me it was gonna crash. I wanted to get in right there, but I was like, man, I don't know. So I was like, let me see it go below 4,000. Once it came below 4,000, I hopped in. But other than that, yeah, I'm not even expecting too much. And that's really all I got to say. I am gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of my evening and just see what happens here. If I felt like it would be something worth watching, I probably would just leave the trade running live, but it ain't even worth it at this point. So I will get back to y'all tomorrow morning, and I'll update y'all on how it played out. It'll still it'll still be here looking like this. Hopefully it go ahead and just crash on down to 3,800. Like we got a nice downtrend going. It's been a long time since we had a downtrend going on gold. Let me see if I can get a trend line. That looks accurate to me. What y'all think? I think that's accurate. Let me see if I did one from the top. Nah. Because that, if I did it from the top, it could possibly bounce right here and go back up. But we're going to leave it like that. Another thing I haven't done in a little minute is a Fibonacci. Let me get a Fibonacci from A, B, C, D. Let's see how that's looking. I low-key could do without the trend line on the Fibonacci though. Can we take the trend line off? So the Fibonacci is giving ranges to 3750 to 3580, which is, I don't put it past it because look, we got all of this where we've been going bullish, so I wouldn't be surprised. This thing took off from freaking, let's see, 3600. It was just at 3600 last month. Last month it was just at 3600. Crazy work. And I know because earlier I was trading it at 3400, which gotta be, that was just 2 months ago. Bro, this might be the real swing where we just hold for the long haul. But unfortunately for me, I put my biggest positions in on a freaking instant funded account because everybody keep asking me all these questions about the instant funded, and I don't want to seem like I'm just talking about something that I never did. So I went ahead and got an instant funded account with Blue Guardian. The link is in my bio if you don't know what that is, but I went ahead and did it because I want to see what's the biggest payout I could get on the instant funded. Of course, I did copy these same trades to my personal account, but they are not as significant as the positions I have on Blue Guardian. So I cannot really stay in the trades forever because with the instant funded, I do have to meet the consistency rule, and I don't want to just make like 4 or 5K on one trade, and then I gotta trade 4 more days, or I gotta make that amount 4 more times to make the profit less than 20%, so on and so forth. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just check out my video I made on the instant funded account with Blue Guardian. It's very nice if you know what you're doing and you are a consistent trader, which I consider myself to be. But if you don't, and if you can't consistently make the same profits over and over, you might as well go to a regular challenge account. So with that being said, I'm holding my trades. I'm holding my setups, but sometimes I close, like what I did today. I closed the trade and then I re-entered, basically with the same lot size. Sometimes I use the same stop loss, and then when it gets in profit, I just move it down. But basically, that's what I've been doing because I want to show that I can consistently make the same amount of money. I don't want to just have one big trade and then I can't make that amount for another 2, 3 weeks. I never get paid out. But stay tuned for that because obviously I'll be making a video on that once I see what's the biggest payout I can get off these folks. And then I'm going to make a video telling y'all how we going to leave them prop firms alone after we get our money and put it in your personal account because that is the overall goal. So with that being said, I am going to end this live here and I will update you guys in the morning. Good night, enjoy your evening, and until next time.